death unless you get something that you're guaranteed at least a loaf of bread a week. So she talked me into going to work for the Hillsborough County, and from then I went to work in the tumor registry, and they're way over here on the, I'm not going to say anything more because they're over here on this side. You ever noticed everybody segregating themselves? Okay, right at dead center of the middle, there's my daughter Nancy. My son Don is over here to the right. He does pictures. Be careful with what he does to pictures. He grabs pictures, and I had a picture of me, and I was sitting on a car, and you'll see it on the front of this book, when I was 16. Gorgeous. Don't know what happened to that body, but I think it's well insulated now. But anyway, he took me off that car, and he put me on the beach. And I also got to see a politician, and I'm staying away from politics, so I'm not mentioning any names here. But he put me in all the pictures with that politician, and it looks like I was right there. They were asking for my advice, and you know everybody loves my advice. Marcia over here and Tom, that's my niece Marcia and her husband Tom. They came all the way from Georgia. I appreciate that. And up here is Arabella up here. Say hello, Arabella. That's my great-granddaughter. Hi. I'm going down over here. Mark is my nephew. I used to babysit him a lot. He was the good one. I don't know. The bad one is at Hard Rock right now, right? And this is my niece Beverly and her husband Danny. We're approximately 10 years apart. So when she was born, I was no longer the baby of the family, but I was the oldest. I got to be the oldest of the Bridges family, which they had, my sister Mary also had 9 kids, just like my mother had 9 kids. So I fit right in. Over here is Hillary and her husband. I forgot his name. This is Bo. Bo. We got other Bo's in the family. Okay, Bobo. I don't see you. Get your little clown nose out there, Bobo. Okay. This is my nephew Joel. And this is my surrogate son right there, Robert. Robert I've known since he was probably 11 or 12 years old. I used to go in on a Saturday to wake my son up, get out of bed, it was noon, and yank those covers off and ready to hit him. And I'm looking at Robert, this one's gone. But he's been around all my life, and I don't know what I'd do without him. To my right is Dominic. Hi, Dominic. That's my great-grandson. And to the left of him is Christopher. He's my little grandson. He's a sweetheart. Love Christopher. Here's Laura. Laura has 2 children and is soon to be 3. She's going to have I'm going to have another great-grandson on June the 23rd. She got married on June 24th. Jerry's birthday is June 24th. So she's going to hold off and have it on the 24th. Everybody will remember him then. And back of her is Tim. That's the father. Thank you, Tim. And there's my daughter Nancy. Everybody says she looks like me. Unfortunately, she doesn't act like me. This one acts like me. He's the one that's in trouble. My daughter's calm, cool, and collect, and real nice and sweet. On the other side is another extended family member. Is Carol Price. Very good friends of my sister. Very good friends of the whole entire family. I don't know what we'd do without her. Thank you, Carol, for taking time out of your busy schedule. The other surrogate is Elsie Parks up here. Elsie has been around since at least 35, 40 years. And thank you for coming. Now I'm going to switch over to this table. I have another nephew sitting right here. There's Stevie and then his daughters, Madison and Haley and Madison. I'm close. And I appreciate all of them coming. Stevie's the one that'll always smile at you. You'll forgive him because he's got such a great smile. And here's Lori and Susan. they's also very, very good. Susan is the one that I took a typing class with. In order to get a promotion, I had to pass a typing test. And I'm gonna tell on Susan now what she did. She's retired, so they can't get her. Well, we were at this hospital, I'm not even gonna mention their names, but you had to go 45 words a minute to pass that test. If you didn't pass it, you couldn't get elevated to your next level. So Susan and I went to Tampa Bay Votech to practice typing. And they had a contest, and we would go type as fast as we could, and then we'd say, okay, how many, and we'd see, very competitive person over here, see who won. Well, this one day I got there, and they said time, and I'm going, and I know I'm beating her really good, they said time, and I stop, and I just put my head down on the typewriter. Yes, they had typewriters back then. I put my head on the typewriter, and all of a sudden, Susan said, well, did you win? And I couldn't help it. I was hysterical. I was laughing. So now I'm in the back of the class now. And I'm hysterical laughing. I said, Susan, I know I beat you. I did the best I ever did. So you're going to have to take my word for it. She said, what do you mean? The paper falling out. And I typed for 5 minutes straight with nothing in there. She still doesn't believe me. Anyway, here's some more Maylands people, and because I didn't name these Maylands people, I'm not going to name those Maylands people, because I live with these people, and they'll say, you didn't call me out. So I'm not calling them out. But these are, if you ever want an extended family, I can remember about Maylands, mostly was I had my gallbladder out several years ago. And I was up running around on a Friday, felt wonderful. And I went to my mailbox on Monday. I had 10 get well cards. And I never even got one get well card before, and I was just fascinated. So this is a great family, and believe me, I love every one of you. The back side over there, I will mention 2 people. Just on this side, I'm going to mention Mary Ann and Millie, because they made my book. This book was done for me by the director of electronic registry systems, where I've worked for the last 21 years. And they got stuff off my Facebook. So if you weren't on my Facebook, you missed the book. But one of the things they talked about was I was a fan of the Rays and the Buccaneers. And there was a picture of me with Mary Ann with the Bucks, and with me with Billy with the Rays. So they made the book, and I appreciate that. This is, like I said, I better not mention names, but I will mention these people over here, this far corner. These people have the same weird profession that I've been in forever. These are all cancer registrars all over here. They represent all kinds of hospitals. Karen Coyne, I want to thank her. You can see Jerry looks perfectly healthy. Well, Jerry had esophageal cancer 2 years ago. And the first person I called was Karen. She works at Moffitt, and she pointed me in the right direction. Okay. And I'm not going to mention all these ladies, although I'm going to give special mention to these people who traveled along. Pat and Alan and Elizabeth, and I can't remember her husband, Joe. They traveled from Winter Haven, and I said, boy, you traveled farther than anybody, until Jamie and Bob said, well, we came from Mayo. It took us 3 hours to get here. So they actually won. So I just want to thank everyone. I hope everybody makes a comment about me and puts it in, and y'all enjoy yourself. And believe it or not, I really am retired. I won't take money under the table. Thank you.
Adorable, isn't it?
Okay. You like that?
Hey, Sally, what about your sister? Just so you know,
By the way, the most important person in my life forever, when I was born, she's been taking care of me ever since. And she's had her back turned to me right now. She's not paying attention to me. And Ethel took care of me my whole entire lifetime. And my nephew reminded me, and if it wasn't for the fact that she had her back turned and I could see her in eyes, then I wouldn't have forgotten her. But I'll never forget her. She used to give me baths when I was little, and I have one little story to tell about her. She was named after my grandma Ethel, and my grandma Ethel was a New Yorker, and she'd come down and visit once in a while, and she would, all of a sudden, we were a baby of 9, so we were 9 kids. Really, you kind of did what you wanted to do when you wanted to do it. Well, we suddenly got this grandmother from New York who decided that she really thought we needed, you're right, a lot of supervision. So we had this thing when we came home from school, she'd say, now when you come, you can have a snack, but you can't eat anything else after that. So we kind of rolled our eyes. Ethel didn't roll her eyes, she kind of nodded. I rolled mine. So we came home and she said, I made tomato soup. Well, I love tomato soup. And Ethel said, no thank you, I don't want any. And I said, well, I thought Ethel liked tomato soup. Well, lo and behold, she puts this milky, creamy, pale red stuff in front of me. I don't even remember what it looks like, in front of me, and I'm horrified. And took one sip out of it. It didn't taste anything like tomato soup. And she goes in the other room, and Ethel said, see, I told you not to take any of that. And so then she grabs the bowl, she pours it down the sink, puts it back in front of me real quick, and then here comes Grandma Ethel. And she, oh, you like it? You want some more? And I said, no, but Ethel saved me from the tomato soup. But thank you.
Oh, that's it? Yay.
You remember that story?
One more. Only because she tells it a lot.
Oh,
Somebody's purse on it.
That's Ethel.
She didn't get it because you're a big girl. And you're a big girl too. She's my great What did you say? Elizabeth? This is Arabella. Arabella, that's Elizabeth. Say hello to Elizabeth. She's a little girl just like you. Okay. Going down. What? Okay, let's don't fall. Let's don't fall. Okay. Let's don't fall. Okay. Thank you. Now let's go this way. Yeah. Let's go this way. How old is she?
She's a darling.
Oh, she's just 2, right?
2 years old. August 8th will be 3.
What? August 8th, she'll be 3.
She'll be 3 August 8th.
Did I pass everything?
Yes, you did.
I did recognize you. I just wanted to say hello. It was so nice of you to let us crash at your house like that same house. Are you still here? Over in Akron. It's like
Be careful, Mom, don't let her trip.
All right, about to make a speech.
Oh, I gotta cut the cake. I gotta cut the cake. Okay, I gotta cut the cake. I gotta cut the cake.
So fun. That was a great part. But see, we split some time in Pianola. We lived over there. How about Plymouth later? I would go there for championship day. You were like, what is Court Bar? I don't remember Court Bar. I don't remember. I go, yeah, they're built. And I go, don't you know we played at championship day at Plymouth Playground? So I got to go there. That's my
Say
girl.
happy retirement, Sally.
Happy retirement, Sally. Have fun.
No, wait. Happy retirement, Aunt Sally.
Yes.
Even though you forgot to say we were your nieces.
Happy retirement, Aunt Sally. Enjoy it.
Do simple stuff.
Like driving.
I'm just saying, man, you start out with
Oh, I know. You were very good. You always were good. A good talker, this woman. She could talk her way out of anything.
Absolutely.
We used to tell them some of the stunts you pulled when you were in high school.
No, don't tell me.
We never did figure out who put Vaseline all over the toilet.
I didn't do
You
it.
did.
I swear I didn't do it.
We were all girls. So the bad ones in the class were girls. And it was, I know it was Sally because I know I never got in any trouble.
I got blamed for everything.
Sacred Heart Academy?
Oh, yep. We had a lot of good fun. We had a lot of good times. Kruse Swatowski probably did it. You think?
You were crazy.
Good idea. I have no idea. Save the roast for you. Roast coming for you.
Chocolate and vanilla.
Well, then cut it in the middle, see which is which, and then go from there. Lick your finger. That's because you're cutting it with your left hand.
I don't know what side you want. Somebody else can cut it. I cut it. Cut him a little bit bigger now. You got lots of hair. Just one now. This is the chocolate side. Got it. Okay, you can
Nice
quit filming
turnout.
now. You can quit filming me now. Film at 11. Thank you.